Hello guys, it's your boy AD back with another video. Now in today's video we're gonna be doing right now to wish trained by the first Kage hashirama Senju and Madara Uchiha. So yeah, anyways, my schedule for posting videos and shit is gonna change quite a bit. So yeah, just thought that you guys know that. But yeah, anyways, other than that, I don't have any important news to say, so let's just get straight into the video. Basically, we're gonna start the story off with Lady Tsunade, the fifth Hokage, and Jiraiya getting an invitation to go to the cage meeting, the Five Kage Summit and whatnot. And Mema and Mito, they bring Mema and Mito just to basically show off the quote-unquote child of prophecy, because it's still believed that a child of prophecy for some reason. But yeah, and they also bring Kakashi to show off the Sharingan and his title of 1,000 Jutsu and shit. So yeah, basically they get going to the meeting, and we skip about 3 hours later. All the Kages was basically sitting down in a room, and then the Kazekage / Gawa started talking, saying, since I was the one who called this meeting, I shall be the one who started. So yeah. So I called this meeting basically to talk about the Akatsuki and the recent attack which took place in the Chunin exam. And yeah, they basically talk about plans to take out the Akatsuki and whatnot. So yeah. And they also talk about how the Akatsuki managed to get every single tail beast except for the 8 and 9 tails, though they think Naruto is in the Akatsuki. I mean, they know Naruto is in the Akatsuki, so they kind of think that they're not gonna attack Mema and Mito, and what's it called? Yeah, they kind of think Naruto is just being used as a pawn as well, but yeah, it ain't happening. So yeah, anyways, they're more aware about Killer B / 8 tails. So yeah, and all the Kages agree with him. So yeah, and the Mizukage asked for an alliance because of her being scared of Naruto's power, pretty much. Now we're gonna do a quick little flashback when Naruto first left the Leaf Village, like when news didn't even leave the Leaf Village yet. So yeah, he went to the Mist Village and basically smack into the Mist area, like the tower thingy, the Mizukage tower, and basically broke it down, killing most of the ninjas that were working for what's it called? That was working for. This is when the war was still going on, and basically he broke the tower and they killed most of the ninjas that was working for that one guy. What the fuck was his name again? Yagoa, yeah, Yagoa, and yeah. Anyways, basically, Naruto basically kind of went into his KCM mode and basically killed the Three Tails with Yaga in the process and captured him as well. So yeah. And about 10 minutes later, what's it called? Fuck. Well, about like 10 minutes or so later, after Naruto basically killed Yagoa, he basically went to the rebel base and what's it called? He pretty much showed Jaguar's body and told May that she's gonna be the next Mizukage. So yeah. Anyway, basically, we go back to the present, to the meeting and shit. And in this time, the only people in the Akatsuki members are left are Obito, Miyako, Naoto, Kisame, Zetsu, and Konan. So yeah, they're basically all in the meeting except the real body of Pain / Nagato and Konan. And yeah, they're basically in one of the fake trees, but yeah, Zetsu basically Zetsu basically jumped down and attached himself to Kage, just like he did for Sasuke, and started basically absorbing the chakra. And Kisame jumped down, going after Killer B, but A got in the way and basically used the lariat, cutting Kisame's head off, killing him. Then Pain did the almighty push, blowing up the whole area. Then he fights all the Kages at once, bringing down them to their knees, but he died in the process of pushing himself too hard, basically, and went out of chakra, basically dying. And yeah, so yeah, Konan was pretty off guard. Like, she was kind of just like crying and shit, and Obito kind of just quickly opened a small kamui and shoot out a rod, like a chakra rod or whatever, and killing Konan, and took Obito's eyes, put it in one of his ice thingies, and yeah, kamui back to the Kage meetings to find all the Kages to the ground, and Naruto and Yaiko just chilling. Then he says everything he said in canon, except didn't ask for the 9 tails, because he plans on using Naruto, but yeah. And basically, he declared war on the fourth great ninja war on the Five Nation, and grabbed Killer B because he was also on the ground, and kamui'd away with him. Like, he kamui'd with Killer B basically, and then the Kage is healed up for like 30 minutes or so from the, and they basically healed up for like 30 minutes. Like, they, rested and got healed from their guards and whatnot. And they form an alliance and go back to their own villages, and then, they have a fucking Shinobi alliance now, basically. Anyways, basically, they started to get their troops ready, and yeah, back to Naruto and Yaiko. They were having a quick spar with themselves, basically, ending up in a draw, basically, and yeah, they just started to rest, and Obito sealed the 9 tails away, and yeah, then he smirks, thinking, I'm gonna wait for Naruto to get tired after fighting in the wall and just seal him away, basically. Then he goes to Kabuto, does the same deal as Kanen, except this time the animation is stronger and better, basically. So yeah, let me see how long this has been. Damn. Fuck. I was gonna end it here, but since I have the whole script down, I'm just gonna finish the whole thing because it's not that long anyway. So basically, we skip over to Naruto and Mirako, and they basically were standing on top of a mountain with Obito and Zetsu, I suppose. He's just in the cloaks or whatnot. And basically, they are looking down at the shinobis. And Naruto and Mirako dropped down and started basically killing Chunins left and right, and Jonin as well, and whatnot from the Shinobi Alliance. And yeah, Obito gets all the tail beasts, but before Naruto basically jumped down, he gave Obito the 9 tails chakra so he could put it in the statue. So yeah, he gets all the tail beasts, and that does basically what he did in canon. But this time, Sasuke came to save Guy and Kakashi, and with the help from them two and me too, I suppose, a little bit, they basically managed to do what they did in canon, put the rods out of the tail beast, and Madara looks at their shinobis after he gets reanimated and basically shits on them. So yeah, and basically beats them up for trying, and the five Kage gets their ass kicked, and they put the tail beast back in the Ten Tails and does that jutsu where Ten Tails starts screaming and shit and get revived. And Naruto, oh fuck, yeah, they put the every thingy freaking track was. Oh my gosh, I can't freaking read right now. Anyway, basically they put the tail beast chakra in the Geomazu, get a statue, whatever you want to call him, and basically yeah. He gets revived and does the tail beast bomb like in canon, but the 5 Kages got revived a little bit before, like when the Tente was screaming basically, and they arrived there and Minato jumped in, teleports that shit into the ocean, and yeah, Madara comes and gets totally disrespected by Hashirama. And yeah, Madara fights the wood clones that Hashirama did to keep himself busy. I mean, to keep Madara busy, I suppose. But yeah, Hashirama and every other Kages that got reanimated, there's a barrier thingy. Oh my gosh. And yeah, this time when Madara and Obito got under Jubi / Ten Tails, Naruto and Mariko were also there. They just didn't have that little, that little thingy that the Ten Tails did, where he shoot that type tube thingy. I don't know what the fuck it is. It basically stick to Obito and Madara's head. Yeah, it didn't happen to Naruto and Mariko because they don't want to become the Ten Tails in Shuriki. So yeah, they don't want to use themselves. Anyways, Naruto and Madara had a quick little catch up, I suppose. Like they were like, "Hi, how you doing?" and shit. Basically, like, what the fuck, what you up to and shit like that. Basically, and yeah, Madara basically gets off the tail beast, Ten Tails, and does the beats up Hashirama, gets the Sage mode. And Obito gets clapped by Kakashi, and Obito absorbs the Ten Tails. No, he gets clapped by Kakashi, and Madara uses him to get reanimated, and then Obito gets clapped. I mean, yeah, Obito. After that, Obito freaking. Actually, no. Oh no, never mind. My bad. I'm so sorry. Basically, Obito absorbs the Ten Tails. Fuck, I messed up. Yeah, Obito gets clapped by energy, becomes a Tenta Jinchuriki / Jubito. He starts to win to be. He basically starts being on the Shinobi forces until they figure out that he's weak to Sage Jutsu. Holy shit. I'm gonna fix this shit. Anyways, basically, they beat him up, and then the tail beast gets extracted. Like the tail beast gets pulled out of him and shit. Like how the incarnate, except it was only Sasuke pulling and the Shinobi forces. So it took like longer, and not like longer, but people had to put chakra in their hands and basically enforce their bodies, like make them bodies way stronger than it was incarnate. So yeah. The freaking, oh my gosh. He gets basically he falls down, has the weird talk no jutsu with freaking he had a somewhat of a talk no jutsu with freaking Mema, but it barely, I mean, it affected him, but I mean, it was kind of less it affected him somewhat like in canon, but it took more time and it make less sense because my man was just a prince, basically a spoiled little prince and shit, and basically yeah, Obito was kind of, yeah, he was kind of not exactly the most famous person in the village, so yeah. Anyways, Obito gets used by Madara to get revived, and he beats up the tail beast and put them back in the Tintail's husk, or Geromazu, whatever you want to call it. And the Tintail is revive again. And sorry about any background noise. My dog is barking or something. I don't freaking know what it is, but yeah. Anyway, sorry about that. I can't really do anything about it. Anyways, he becomes the Tensei Jinchuriki. He fights everyone and beats everyone, almost killing Sasuke and Mema, putting them kind of in death-like state, and had somewhat fatal wounds. And Mito and Guy jumped in and goes a gate and basically almost kills Madara. He gets chased by Sasuke and Mema and Mito as well, and yeah, here's the Tintas telling him. I mean, he was kind of losing, and then he hears the Tinta's voice telling him to observe the tree. Well, at least that's what he thought, but in truth, it was Kaguya, and basically he does it and starts to fight equally on equal grounds, basically, but then he gets pushed back a little bit, like kind of thrown, kicked away, basically. And then Black Zetsu stab that nigga to the back. And yeah, the chakra goes out of control. Everyone backs away except Naruto and Miyako and Zetsu, because they thought it was gonna explode or something. And yeah, Naruto and Miyako kind of finally showed themselves, because you're just kind of floating up, but no one really saw them because they weren't looking at the sky. So yeah, and then basically Nada was like, "What the hell are you doing?" and shit, and Naruto and Miyako says, "You were just a pawn in the plan, nothing more, nothing less." And Madara, started screaming no, but yeah, Kaguya took over. And Kaguya pretty much gets revived. And Miyako gives her a hug and crying a little bit, because like crying full out, a wave of tears or anything, just like a little bit. So yeah, because she missed Kaguya a lot. And Naruto scratches the back of his head, kind of nervous, till Kaguya pulls him into a hug. Then basically they're just standing there talking for like 30 minutes. Then Minato and Hashirama came up to them asking if it's over, basically, or they're still fighting, like what's going on with that. Then Kaguya says it's almost done. Then she goes up, basically, and starts going to basically opens her arms like she was about to shoot out chakra or something. But basically a giant, like a humongous chakra tree appears, and basically it absorbs all the chakra in the whole planet except hers, Naruto's, Miyako's, and Black Zetsu's. So yeah, and then she floats back down, saying now it's over. And basically the reanimations kind of just fall apart because they don't have chakra anymore to sustain them. So yeah, and the four of them basically rules over the world from now, and no one could really say or do anything about it because they couldn't really beat them even when they have chakra. So they have zero chance of beating them when they don't have chakra. So they kind of just have to live in peace. And Naruto and them live in a mansion, like a giant mansion, with Zetsu kind of as the butler, I guess you can say. He's just like there to serve. But yeah. Anyways, basically, yeah, Naruto and Miyako get married. They're the action, if you know what I mean. And Boruto Utsuki was born, and yeah, they live pretty much kind of like kings/gods, and that's pretty much kind of the end of the series. But yeah, and before you go, let me know if you guys like this series, and also let me know if you guys want like a final part, like a next part, kind of like a final and a half part. I suppose I don't freaking know. Well, I'll be basically going over how Himari Otsutsuki was born. Like, I'm gonna it's kind of like a 18 plus thing. So yeah, and basically, if you guys don't want it, then I'll just basically say she's kind of like a twin sister. So to Naruto Otsutsuki. So yeah, and let me know if you guys like freaking and if you freaking want the next part of this one, I'm gonna be also going over a fight between Naruto, Miyako, and Kaguya, and Ishiki in Black Zetsu versus Hagoromo Tsuki in the Series 6 Path. Fuck. Basically versus Hagoromo Otsutsuki slash the Series 6 Path, or Hamura and Hamura Otsutsuki slash his brother. And yeah, pretty much. And one thing I forgot to say, Ishiki found out that Kaguya got revived, came to Earth, and basically got back to sparking her. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm getting off. Hope you guys like it and subscribe. And yeah, I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace.